Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We've come so far, so I'm just going to run through all of the books that I'm intending to read for 2023, just like, you know, all the physical TBR I have, because there are more books coming and more books that I'm listening to and borrowing from the library because I'm an economical woman. And this video has been long overdue because it's way into January now and I should have made this video at the beginning of the year, but who cares, right? I don't make promises. So first of all, I should do my New York City book haul, which is a really small haul, but this New York City, you know, some of us don't have that much money. And I bought 3 books when I was in New York. I already finished reading one of them. The book that I finished is This Happy by Niam Campbell, and it was like, I think it was a 3 stars to me. So this book is about a young woman called Alana, and she had an affair with a married man when she was 23, and they spent 3 weeks in a cottage in like I don't know, the countryside of Ireland, and now 6 years later she's 29 and she married to a different man. But the experience that she had with the married man when she was 23 at that Irish cottage really shaped her decision and, you know, how she behaves with her current husband. So this book kind of go back and forth between her memories of the past, of the affair, and what is happening right now in her life with her husband and the decision that she's making. I got to the end of the book and I had no idea what's the point the author was trying to get across. I was like, what's going on? That's it? Like, am I just stupid? I didn't get it at all. But yeah, I bought it in McNally Jackson in Williamsburg simply because in the front, Vogue said that if you loved normal people, read this novel. And I was like, who loves normal people? Like, everyone. So it was not it for me. Another book that I bought at You and Me bookstore in Chinatown is A World Between by Emily Hashimoto. And I don't remember why I bought it. I'm an economical woman. I'll read the blurb for you. So in 2004, 2 college students, Eleanor Suzuki and Lena Shah, met in an elevator on the brink of adulthood, both full of possibility and big ideas. They fall into a whirlwind romance. Years later, Eleanor and Lena collide on the streets of San Francisco and 2 find themselves irresistibly pulled back together. A World Between follows 2 women as they navigate family, female friendship, and their own fraught history, unfolding a new kind of love story in a millennial immigrant America. That's nice. Oh, and it's printed by the Feminine Press at the University of New York. So I think this is just like, that's already a good sign. I hope it will be good. It's thick too, so I feel like I'm getting my money's worth, you know? The book that I'm currently reading, and I bought it at Strand Books, it's An Experiment in Leisure by Anna Glendenning. So this book is essentially about a young woman who just graduated from Cambridge and now she's working in London. She, because of the education in the, you know, moving to London, she like swapped her West Yorkshire accent where she came from to a North London accent, and she drinks beer out of artful tins. She makes flat whites for people with barrettes. She found a psychoanalyst and, you know, trying to blend in with this metropolitan core people. But then when she come back to her hometown, she feels like she's just like out of place, even though that should be her home. But it's an exploration of like identity, class, sexuality, geography, and that is exactly what I'm going through right now. So I'm enjoying it so far. I hope that'll be good. I really do, because I don't want to waste my money, you know. And the cover is my favorite color too. Like, look at that. It's so cute. Now, I think we should get into the books that I didn't really care about. So first, I have Milkman by Anna Burns. I bought it because... Why did I buy it? I actually don't remember. It won the Man Booker Prize, so that's great. I thought the Man Booker Prize is just for books written by men, right? Good for her. I believe this book is about stalking. So there's like a young girl or a young woman being stalked by a man that is known as Milkman, and she's trying to escape the threat of violence and all the stalking. So that sounds heavy. I usually don't read books where it's like a thriller. Usually if my friends recommend a book for me and they're like, this book, there's not much happening in it, like there's literally nothing happened, I'll be like, yeah, I want that book. If there's nothing happened, I'm gonna buy it. I have an Instagram favorite. I have Yoke by Mary H.K. Choi. This is actually quite surprising to me that it's a young adult book because the topic seems quite mature to me. So this book is about two sisters who used to be close, but then they had a fallout due to some incident. Who knows? That's probably the family secret that we are going to read about. And then the younger sister get cancer. They reconcile and unfold their sisterhood together. I know that there are trigger warnings of like eating disorders and depression. So if you find yourself, uncomfortable with those topics, maybe not picking this book up. But I was actually having a conversation with the bookstore owner. Usually people would try to put a young adult book to an adult book because they would be able to bump up the price. So this one, being a young adult book, is only $12.99 compared to like other adult books, which standardly you would see it about $16 to $18, even $19, even for a paperback. I appreciate that the price is very young adult, because I have an adult soul and an adult face, but my wallet is very young adult. And then I have Early Morning Riser by Catherine Henney. I think I was reading this book sometime back last year, like in November or December, and I kind of enjoyed it, but I got busy and I just moved on with other things in life. But this book is essentially about just people's relationship and family relationship in a small town. That's what I remember. But yeah, I should get back to it soon. I don't remember why I buy it because usually I don't care about small town. I like big city girl life, I bought it, so I should read it. Or I'll just going to be a economically irresponsible person, which I don't want to be that person, like that is definitely not me. Oh, this one is a big one. This one is kind of like my nemesis because I was supposed to read it with my friends for our book club, and it's My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. It's a very famous book. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's everywhere. First of all, the cover is atrocious. I bought it secondhand for like $6, so I don't feel too bad. But I don't understand anybody that would voluntarily pay $17 for this kind of cover. I'm sorry. I judge books by their covers. If they're not pretty enough, I'm not paying the full price. We actually started reading with 40 pages or something, and we were like, what's going on? Why is this so dry? Like, I want the juicy bit. When I opened the book, they have a index of character, like an actual index of character, and I was like, I can't do this, okay? My attention span is shorter than a TikTok. I would suffer, and I did. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, this is about female friendship. Like, me and my bestie reading this. Like, this is perfect. And I even started, like, doing the annotating thing, but I gave up. I'm sorry. I should get back to it. Let me know if I was wrong and I should continue. I think it's just going to sit on my shelf and collecting dust. Next, I have Rachel Cusk, Saving Agnes. I've never read any of her books, and a lot of people rave about them, so I'm curious. And this was on sale for like half of the price at my bookstore, so I bought it. And I should get into it. It seems short and sweet, so yeah. And then I actually have two short story collections. I don't really read short story because I feel like I always get dissatisfied, like undersatisfied, because the nature of short stories collections are like, you know, you will always like some story than other, or maybe because I'm just scarred from somebody who will love you in all your damage glory, if you know that book. But I think since next year I'm going to be quite busy, and with the nature of short story collection where the stories are self-contained, so you can just read one and you can move on, and you know, you don't have to invest too much time and brain energy to keep up with the flow of the story. So I have two short story collections. The first one is We Don't Know What We're Doing by Thomas Morris, and I think it's about, what is it about? I'm so sorry, I don't know anything about the book that I voluntarily choose to buy. It's called Don't Erase Me by Carolyn Farrell, and I don't even know what it's about. I just picked it up because I like the title. So it's so it's her debut collection of story features young people, mostly girls, on the verge of being erased from society, but determined to endure. They are Black or biracial, poor or from broken families, almost adults navigating a treacherous. How do you pronounce that word? Treacherous. Okay. Then lastly, I have some nonfiction. I don't really read nonfiction just because I already have to read them for my research, you know, in biochemistry. I have to read research paper just for my own career development. So I don't really choose to read nonfiction outside of my line of work. But first of all, I have We Should All Be Feminist by, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Chimamanda, I don't know. I'm so sorry. By this author, I'm so sorry. And yeah, We Should All Be Feminist. I think it was a gift. This is not really a book. It's more like a booklet, and it was gifted to me when I was buying another book, I think. It's really short, and it was modified from a TED Talk, so I should get through this very soon. Yeah, and isn't it kind of cool to like sit on a bus or in the train and read this? You know, like, oh yeah, I'm sending a message, a strong one. And then I have Why Fragility by Robin DiAngelo. This one is a really famous book when I looked it up online, because I don't really know what it is. But I picked it up from one of those little library in my community without knowing what it is. And this is like a New York Times bestseller, just like any book. And I'm a little hesitant because when I look at the reviews online, a lot of them are good. Like, I always look at the 2 or 3 star reviews of any book because I feel like that gives us like the most interesting opinions. And the 2 or 3 star reviews of this book always tend to have the same pattern of saying that the problem with this book is that it's written by white women and it centers white witness without really highlighting the struggle of Black people. I don't know if that's true because I haven't read the book, but I'm a little hesitant to read it now. And then the next book I have is Know My Name by Janelle Miller, and this one is a famous one. I think like everyone and their mother have read it. I bought it a really long time ago, like a couple months ago, not that long actually. I bought it a couple months ago, but I didn't get into it because I was really busy with schoolwork and my PhD thing. And I should get into it sometime this year, but not now because I'm busy. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I feel like I'm just making excuses. It's a memoir of Janelle Miller talking about her case of being sexually assaulted at Stanford University campus, and the trial and like all the legal trials and sex, all the legal trials and all the and the legal system that doesn't really protect the victim, and also rape culture as well. So I think it's something I should get into soon, but we'll see when I make the time for that. And then the last book, the creme de la creme, and if you know me, you would. And then the last book, the creme de la creme, I'm so excited for it, and I'm so lucky that I found a good deal on it. Is The Winners by Frederick Backman. This is thick, like she is thicker than my ass. And I got it for 50% off at Barnes & Noble. Can I get this sticker off? No. Okay, no, I can't. But I love the Beartown series, and I was just so excited for The Winners. But the price is just like too high. It's like $30 for a hardback. And I wanted to get a paperback because this is a weapon. This is so heavy. But when I saw that this was 50% off, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it. I can live with that. I'm just going to read one sentence from the first page. So the first sentence, literally on the first page, it says, everyone who knew Benjamin Ovick, particularly those of us who knew him well to call him Benji, that's me, probably knew deep down that he was never the sort of person who would get a happy ending. What do you mean he's not the kind of person that would get a happy ending? He's the kind of person that deserves a happy ending. Like, I'm here for his happy ending, and you're telling me that he's not going to get one? I can't handle this guy. If he died, I would be so mad. I'll be so upset. But he probably would die. I think so. Anyways, those are all the books that are on my physical TBR, and I hope you enjoy me ranting about all the books that I haven't read, and this is just another rant, and I hope I will like most of them, because if not, it'll be money go out the drain for nothing, I hope I will like most of them. If not, I like a refund. Okay, anyways, thank you for watching. And I don't know, subscribe if you want to.